All right, get a couple hours to work. I'm gonna hopefully split all this stuff in the back of my truck here. I just went to my buddy Brent's place, kind of between jobs that we had going on this morning. Since I was kind of in that area, went ahead and filled up the back of my truck and brought it over here. I'm thinking maybe that's almost a face cord, probably. Almost a face cord, because most of it's split already. And just quarter split, halved, whatever. That's probably about a face cord, maybe slightly less. So we'll see what we can get done today. It's super hot out here. I came out here in the middle of the day. It's pretty dumb. But I just wanted to get it done. I've got a little bit left in Brent's place. I hadn't fully retrieved all the pecan that I need to over there. As soon as I do that, hopefully I have some room that I made for him to bring me some more logs. I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. Go ahead and get this started up today. It's just much easier to work off of the back of my truck here versus the dump trailer. Since I have to haul this with my truck and also the dump trailer with my truck, it's just hard to get everything back here, squeezed in here between my rows. So that's why I've decided to make my rows a little wider. It's very narrow right now in some of these areas, even right here. That between these two areas right here, it's probably 12 feet. Something like that, 12 feet. But my new rows are gonna be like 16 feet, 14 to 16 feet. Have a lot more room to work on both sides of my truck, open both doors. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't have a ton of wood out here. As y'all know, this is part-time. This is kind of part-time. But this is just for fun. So I'm gonna have plenty of space out here. Shoot, I could have rows everywhere out here if I wanted to. But there's also some low-lying areas that I just don't want to have to put wood there because potentially I could get stuck. So this is kind of all the high ground, this part of the field. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me. And as y'all know, I'm super excited to be out here, split a little bit. This is mostly pecan. Actually, I think it's all pecan. And a lot of this stuff is twisty, knotty. This stuff is a bear to split. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this in. And we will do that just to waste some time and just to show you all the difference real quick. Got my little extension table here, which is nice. Gives me a little bit more room to start stacking the split pieces, and then I'll just stack it right behind the camera. All right. Doesn't have to be on there super tight. Just snug. There we go. That's probably good enough. I think I've got everything in order. All right, y'all, that is all 4-way splitting right there. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought because there's some knotty stuff in there. I mean, it definitely struggled. It was going really slow through some of the rounds that I had. All right, it's kind of like tearing the wood. Just a little splitting session. White oak with the pecan. All right, let's get it back going again. Get some of this stuff out of here. All right, here's the single wedge. Okay, I finished for the day. Pecan, I'm telling you, this pecan right here caused me so much trouble to split. It's so twisty and knotty. I mean, coming from that perfectly straight white oak here to the pecan, it nearly killed me. Just about a face cord. You know, it's about just a little over 3.5 feet tall. It's pretty close. Anyway, so that's all my beautiful. Look how pretty that white oak is. Look how pretty. And this pecan is just gnarly stuff. That is gnarly. I mean, everything in there was twisty. Everything. We'll see how it does. I don't know if it'll hold up being stacked with everything just being so twisty, but right now it looks good for the meantime. All right, just checking on my babies. Just making sure all the maple and ash is doing pretty good. Just love checking on my little babies out here in the wood yard. So what's interesting is in this massive bin here, not massive, but it's a good size for me. Some of the red oak. Let's see here, found some red oak. This is all white oak over here. Found some red oak. There's a lot of pecan in here too. But the amount of checking that's going on in here. Here's red oak. Some of the bark is almost starting to come off. You know? Look at this guy. Look how much that's cracked. I mean, I can almost do that one-handed. Peel it off of there. Interesting. This guy's coming off. I know all this stuff is on the top and underneath. I mean, y'all can't see in there. You know? It's hard to tell. Hoping that's not mold right in there. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping not. It doesn't look like it. Maybe it is. Who knows? It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. Checking on the babies. How are the babies doing? This is the west facing side right here, and I think the sun just hits this wood a little longer than the east over there. I think it dries a little better. The ends, at least. It's the west facing. This is some pretty old maple right here. Old maple. It's like curly maple. It's pretty. Pretty stuff. See this stuff facing the east right here. Just the ends are on the east. Just, I don't know, just seems like it stays wet a little longer. Maybe it doesn't dry out as good as the west end. Let's go on this side of the bin over here. and the wood that is protected from the sun, you know, looks almost like it was just split still. You know, I'm not gonna go in there and look. See that? It's still, I mean, this one's obviously darker, but this is kind of on the outside. And I bet you the stuff on the inside looks like it was just split. Still has the color. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's a good piece right there. Well, one end is really good. The other end, not so good. Look at all these bugs. Look at all those bugs all over the place. They love it. They love the wood. They love it. And thank y'all for watching Raymer Wood, where it's always just the right size.